quite snowy, actually. We got, well, it's starting to melt now, I suppose, a little bit. But we got quite a bit of snow. I think it was pushing I think we had about a foot on the banister. So that's how that goes. Here we are out in the snow. Figured I dressed for the occasion. Let me get the chat feed out here. Hello. There we go. That should be better. I should probably also pat down some of the snow around here, make it a little bit easier to walk around. Oof. There's snow on my sleeve. Hello. Would I rather have infinite bacon and no games, or infinite games but no bacon? Infinite games. It's been a while since I've actually had bacon, so it wouldn't really be that sorely missed. Oh boy. I'm getting my sleeves here. Oh boy, that really did get covered in snow, huh? There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, but it does leave my hands out, which is kind of a thing. So we'll see. I don't know how long I'll be out here, especially with the sun starting to set, so the warmth is quickly disappearing. It was actually pretty nice out earlier. I was doing a lot of filming, and yeah, with the sun out, it felt fine, really. Didn't really get all that cold or anything. It was nice. Harvey from Star. I've gotten that before. Oh yeah. This works great. You know, the wool keeps it, even when it gets covered in snow. It, you know, when it starts to warm up, it doesn't really go into the coat very much because it's wool, so it doesn't penetrate very much. Penetrate. Oh, ah. Thank you. I like that too. I got the plumes and the billowiness. I am also trying out the alternate pommel I sent for this sword. I've been finding that my hand with this other pommel, I'm having a bit of an issue between the two, because on the other pommel I've found that as I swing the sword, my hand starts to slip down, because you can see the shape of the handle here. It just kind of tapers. So I've been finding that when I swing this sword around, my hand starts to slide down that taper, and the other pommel is much more or has a gentler slope through here. So my hand kind of ends up all the way down here after a while, where this one has a more defined stopper to it. But that also means that I can't it forward in my grip quite as well, because now the pommel's in the way. So it's this kind of trade-off. If I use more of a thumb grip for thrusting type movements, it's mitigated that issue, but it's still a thing. I should definitely get period glasses at some point. The main thing is I don't need my glasses to get around very much. I need them here because I can't read the chat without, but I fence without glasses. And, you know, when I go to a Ren fair or whatever, I usually just take the glasses off, and my vision's not that bad without them. I can't read signs or anything, and I'm not so good at seeing people's faces, trying to spot them on the horizon. But other than that, it's not too bad. Hello. I'm guessing you're having far less powdery climate words. Never mind. Enjoy Hawaii is what I mean here. Have I been badly injured fighting with swords? I got my head gashed once. That was fun. I probably still have the scar. That was interesting. What else? I've broken. Probably the most long-lasting one is that I broke this finger, and it never healed quite right. So that's where I'm at. I never got mobility all the way back to it. This pommel is also heavier than the other pommel, so it's pulls that point of balance back about 2 centimeters or so. Bill of Snowman for a practice stone. If I had gloves, maybe. I don't have gloves out with me right now. I should. I've been oh yeah, I can actually utilize. I never get to do this. There we go. Fold these up. Look at this. This is so handy. You want to do that? Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm losing a bag. Thank you. Any news? I've got a sword on the way. It's going to be a basket hilt, a continental style of basket hilt, which should be pretty exciting. Why do I hate the 18th century? I don't hate the 18th century. Oh, I've been fencing. I've been fencing 11 years now. Something like that. Something like 11 years. I think of how to... I don't have my usual positioning going for me here. I guess I can do like this. There we go. Because I need like a bit of a target. Oh yeah, that's a perfect little square. So I can... And what if I do that? How does that feel to do? How does it feel to hold it like that? Well, it definitely makes my hand warmer. Also makes this feel weird. I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's okay. That's fun. I like this. I've been very much enjoying this Rapier from Malleus. It's been very fun to play with. Just stamping down trying to give myself a little bit more room to work. Compact. How many fingers can you lose? And so it depends. So it's not a question of how many fingers you can lose. It's a question of which fingers can you lose, because some of the fingers are less important than other fingers. So if you had to lose a finger, pick the ring finger. Ring finger is the least important one to using a sword. The important ones are your pinky to do the squeeze, and then the index. Basically, it's the index, pinky, and thumb are kind of the most important ones. It's from those digits that everything else follows, and then your middle finger is also very helpful for supporting that. But if you had to lose one, you'd lose the ring finger. And then I guess, if you lost the ring finger, then the next one would probably be to lose the middle finger, and then you could still use a sword. But if you lost the pinky or the index, I guess pinky would be the worst one to lose. You could probably get away without the index better than you could get away without the pinky, but it doesn't work very well. I feel about guns as a sword person. I have a musket. I don't really care about modern firearms. But I've got a musket. I want to get a wheel lock pistol at some point. I've got my eye out for one of those. Just hitting one spot over. Oh, missed that one. Whoosh. I've been tinkering around. There's been one particular thrust sequence that's been on my mind a lot. I need to do a video about it because it's a good training tool. and I think it says a lot about how Meyer recommends using a rapier. It is 3 thrusts. Also, I don't know if my arm's got it in me right now. It's getting better. The arm's getting better, but it's still not. It gets ornery if you push it too much. So I got to be careful with my elbow. Normally I'd have an elbow brace on, but I just didn't. So I'm going to take it easy there. I wasn't planning to do a live. That's part of it. Anyways, I'm off topic. The three thrusts to practice quickness. He specifically says that you use this to practice quickness. That is the big benefit of the sequence. But I also think it's a simple enough sequence you could actually pull it off in sparring if they don't know what's going on. The first thrust, you start from left plow and you thrust on the outside. So they're hanging out in just whatever guard, right? And your first thrust comes on the outside. So you go to left plow, thrust on the outside. They are, of course, going to set that off. So as soon as you see that they bite on that thrust, yield off and basically come through, drop the tip, and come back on top. Trying to make that, I'm exaggerating it a bit here for simplicity's sake. You want to make this as tight as you can, but just thrust, 1, 2, boom, right? So you make that thrust, and basically you just want to get on the other side of their sword, but you're making a thrust of the same target. You start on the outside, and then thrust again inside of their sword to the same side. So 1, 2. At this point, they're going to have to set that aside. So as soon as you see that they bite to that, you start to wind out to continue the thrust threat. So they have to continue, because if you're just doing that thrust to here, to set that aside, all they have to kind of do is push your tip off to there. But if you can wind to here, they have to really chase it. And that's where you finally catch them. So you go 1, 2 here, and once more to there. So once you've chased them all the way, or once you've gotten them to chase you all the way to the outside, you pop through one more time. So you kind of like poke outside the sword, poke inside the sword, poke inside and wide out. He says 3 thrusts. You could maybe say that there's 4 thrusts here, but it's, again, with quickness, it's that second thrust is basically the same thing. It's a thrust with, like, it moves, it tracks. So it's still the same thrust, really. So you go 1, 2, 3, there. There I go, counting it awfully. It's 1 though. So 1, 2, 3. And then there are some steps involved as well. You go, the first one, second one is 2 steps, third one is a leap. I'm not going to leap because it is snowy. I bet you all would love to see me leap, but I won't do that. 1, 2, 3. Now, what I was fixated on this one for a while is that making a thrust from here and then from there feels very open, considering the fact that their sword is somewhere in this space and we are leaving them in that space. That feels scary. But that's, again, where the leap part comes in, because when you actually do the leap, and as long as you keep the thrust tight, you actually do withdraw your body from that engagement. Oh boy, my phone's, it's gotten colder out here than I thought. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so yeah, some point out, yeah, does the why not risk a double? I don't know how much longer before my phone freezes. It was much warmer out here like 2 hours ago. I'm going to be quick about this, and hopefully it doesn't die. So, so you boom, you wind out here. You're ostensibly safe through this wind because they're chasing your point, so you're yielding to that. This is the part where it gets spicy. So, what the thing is, again, the leap. So, once you get to here, there, And now you pull your body off. So you have removed your body from that center line. They still have their center line over there, but you've said, no, I'm over here now. And you are no longer in the center line. So your sword's still contesting that space from them, but your body is no longer in that space as well. And what can follow from that really nicely is that if they remain passive and they just try to defend, you will hook around their sword. And because of the angle, it shunts their blade directly into your cross. So if they try to make that last cover and they give you resistance, because of that hooked line, they're just going to go boom straight into your cross and you get the thrust. It is very clean and it works great. I still got to get the reps in to make it something that I can pull out in sparring and really put it to the test. But in sort of like higher speed practice, it has worked really well. How are we doing? Oh, I think that's about it. I think, yeah, 3%. I think it's about to go kaput. So that's it for the cold. I even charged the